Today we have Mumm-Ra, the Ever Living, with Mumm-Ra. And yeah, awesome piece. Really, really cool. I've been meaning to do the review on this guy for a while. But yeah, made some time today. And yeah, here's the packaging. Much like the Lion-O, it's like an extra slip case that's on top. But I'll show you what it looks like underneath. And it does have a nice window and some box artwork back there. Love that front logo, very reminiscent of like the Conan snake. But yeah, no, I really dig the original designs of all the Thundercats and all the villains, the mutants, Mumm-Ra. Like they did such a great job with them. And yeah, here is the back image for those who are curious. Pretty cool looking. I like how they do it. Nice presentation all around in this packaging. You know, Super 7, I think they did a very stellar job. I need to dig out the Panthro I had. I'd gotten him years ago. I just need to find where I put him, and I'd like to do a review on that guy as well. But yeah, we're gonna break into this. Here's another close-up. You could see Mumm-Ra right there. Again, I love the colors on these figures too. Very, very nice. Yeah, the likeness is so good. So here he is out of the packaging with his dog. And I gotta say, these look really good. They hold that shelf presence all the way. They really captured the likeness, the colors, the plastic they used. Very high quality stuff, you know. And I do love that this figure, he has pinless joints in the arms and in the legs. So I know like the newer Thundercats figures that they've been doing, that's what they're had more of a streamlined look, which is great. I was curious if they're going to do a third version of Lion-O and kind of fix that as well, but we'll see. Only time will tell. But here he is with his arms out. I want to show him with the cape kind of pegged on as well. I'm going to do a breakdown of that for you guys because it is fully wired. It's multiple places. It's not just along the edges, but he's got a couple in the middle as well, which is really awesome. Look at that face. That is so good. Like I said, great paint applications on this. You know, it's pretty flawless. I love how they did it. Even the edges of his kind of cape, it's like tattered. So they did a really nice job. I don't have the regular Mumm-Ra, but again, I kind of prefer the Ever Living anyway. So, and these are more on the expensive side. So I'm not. I don't know how many I'm going to be getting, but I had to at least get Mumm-Ra and Lion-O for sure. So for articulation, it's a little ball joint that's up there. So he goes side to side, a little bit of up and down. I will pop the head off for you as well, so you can see how it is. So fairly simple. And when you put the cape on, you have to put it on that peg as well. So arms go all the way around. They go up a little bit. He does have bicep rotation, and he has rotation at the elbow. Single hinge at that elbow, and it's kind of limited because of his jewelry and whatever he has on there, his bracers and whatnot. Hand articulation is pretty good. You know, it's got that hinge and the swivel. For the diaphragm, again, they went with that hinge instead of the diaphragm cut, which would have been way better. But he does also have articulation, the regular waist swivel. So that's good. Legs go out a decent amount. He's going commando. He has upper thigh rotation. Single bend for the knee as well. Again, a little bit limited just because of how they did the sculpt itself. He does have beautiful ankle articulation with the swivel in there. So you can get him to wide stances and you can still have his feet flat on the floor. Left arm, it's not hindered at all by those wrappings. They're soft and it's kind of pinned in one spot on his arm. And then the other part that's kind of wrapped around like the bicep area. Again, they did a nice job. And, you know, same exact articulation as the right arm. So that's really cool. Excellent stuff there. And I want to show you the cape as well. So yeah, it is all wired all along the outside part. and then on the in the center, and then 2 on the side. So that's really good. So you get the 1, the 2, the 3 over there, 4, 5. So yeah, you got about 5 pieces of wire going through it, and it's sturdy. It's not cheap stuff, so that's good. Mumm-Ra, his articulation simple, just 5 points of articulation. The head and the limbs. There's no elbow joints or anything like that. So fairly simple. But again, he looks really good. The sculpt work is fantastic. I love how he's got the extra kind of points at the top of his jowls. Like, really good stuff there. And the paint is super clean on this guy as well. You even see his red glowing eyes in there. Well, they're not glowing, but they're red. And for the cape, yeah, he does have these little pieces that you just kind of pop them through like that. You might have it come off. I know my left one came off, but it just easily plugs right back in. So there's no issue there. If you want to glue it, that's up to you, but it's fine. And yeah, you get him to those nice kind of flying, yelling poses if you want. No, he does not come with a base, so if you have a way of having him floating, you could fishing line, I don't know, that's up to you. Here's the alternate head he comes with as well, which again, I think that looks so good. Great expression. I love that they have both, so that open mouth yelling and the closed kind of regular evil grinning face. Amazing details on that. He does come with a bunch of different hands. So you have the closed fist. You have a left and a right one on that. You have a gripping hand, because he does come with the sort of plunder, I believe. I think that's what it was called. And that other kind of staff thing. I don't remember the name of it. The open hands look really nice as well. His gesturing hands. Yeah, I don't remember what this thing was called. I think it was in the last season. But yeah, you're gonna have to forgive me on that one. Yeah, here's his awesome, powerful sword. So that's really cool. And it's huge. That thing's bigger than him. It looks like there's a split in the center of the handle, but I wasn't pulling that apart in case there is an issue. Like, I don't want to break anything. But you could just easily get it into his hand anyway, because the fingers are kind of pliable. They're slightly softer plastic. And obviously his last accessory is Mumm-Ra, and yeah, he looks really good. So, and again, we already broke down the cape. So yeah, all in all, I think this thing looks so beautiful. Great job. One of my favorite villains, as a kid watching all those cartoons. And here he is on his rotating base, sword in hand, his faithful companion by his side. Yeah, Mumm-Ra the Ever Living is just so badass. And I like that he is in a good scale too with Lionel, because he was kind of towering over him. I believe in the last season he did get even bigger. I don't know if it was the spirits of evil or granted him extra powers, or if it was the sword. But I remember he grew even a little bit taller, like maybe another foot taller. But it's been a minute since I've seen all of them. I did go back and I watched the first couple of episodes, and yeah, that cartoon still holds up. I don't think there was anything that even came close to it regarding remakes. I know a lot of people like the 2011 one. I try to watch some of those. They fail with Mumm-Ra. I don't like the story that they did over there. But original, OG is where it's at for me. And here he is with the New Eternia Skeletor, which I think is the closest to what we're going to get for like the original Skeletor look. And in that packaging, he has like an armored helmet and cape, but his alternate accessories is the alternate head. And that you could take off like the chest piece, so you could have the regular look for Skeletor. And yeah, I highly recommend that figure. If you could find them, get your hands on him. He goes great with the 40th anniversary He-Man figure for the Masterverse stuff. And yeah, I wanted to show both villains together, because yeah, these are like a couple of the coolest villains we had back there in the 80s. A little bit of a zoom in. Great details all around. Yeah, Super 7 did a great job. Mattel did a great job on the Skeletor. And here is Mumm-Ra, the ever-living, facing off with Lion-O. And again, two beautiful figures. That is Lion-O version 2.0. I don't know if they're going to do a 3.0. I think that maybe they should, just so they can kind of make sure that he has seamless arms as well and legs. I don't like the pins on that. But that's like his only real shortcoming. That figure is beautiful. And maybe if they threw an extra hand in there that had the vertical hinge in the wrist, not just the up and down one. That way he could kind of point, or when you lift his arm up, you could kind of angle the wrist. That would have been a smart move. I know the Jaga figure, from what I've seen in other reviews, he comes with that type of a hand. So I don't know, maybe you could swap them. Well, you're gonna get discoloration with the paint job. It's different. But either way, again, still awesome figures. And I will put a link for you guys. I hope you'd enjoyed this. And yeah, remember to hit like and subscribe. Catch you next time. All right, for anyone looking for some amazing comic books, this is part of my collection. I am the artist and creator of Shadow of the Kraken. This is a beautiful pirate story, 52 pages, beautiful artwork. Yeah, everything you need out of a great pirate story, you're right here. We have City of Venus. It's a futuristic story. Also another one that I totally created. Beautiful. If you love kind of post-apocalyptic worlds, beautiful women, sci-fi, action, this has a little bit of everything in it. So if you're looking for that, on that campaign, you could also get, for a limited time, volume 1 and 2 of my art books. These are loaded with amazing images, 52 pages each. Yeah, they got pretty much everything you need in there. And we have, of course, hardcover book. This is Through the Woods, co-created and written by Frankie Tartamella, my brother. And yeah, I did all the artwork. This is 100 pages. You get the entire story in here, beginning, middle, end. You get all of it, and it is truly amazing. So if you're looking for a great ghost story, this is definitely the book for you. Just click the link in the descriptions, and yeah, these books ship immediately.